Hi friends, in this video I want to talk about what are the operators and control structures provided by the Python. So first see about operators provided by the Python. Operators. So topic name is operators. So what is operator? Operator is a symbol. What is operator? Operator is a symbol. Then why we are using this symbol? That is used to perform an operation. So operator is a symbol that is used to perform an operation. So to perform the operations like arithmetic operations or logical operations, we are using some symbols. Those symbols are called operators. So we can perform the operations like arithmetic operations or logical operations. So what are the examples for arithmetic operations? For example, I want to add two numbers. I am adding two numbers. So addition is the arithmetic operation. For that I am using one symbol plus. So plus is the operator. I want to subtract two numbers. So to subtract two numbers, I am using one symbol that is minus. Minus is the operator. So addition, subtraction are the arithmetic operations. So logical operations. What are the examples for logical operations? For example, I want to find biggest in two different numbers or three different numbers. So for that I use symbols like greater than. For example, I want to find result of the student. So to find result of the student, I use the operators like equal to or less than or greater than, such type of symbols. Okay. So finding result of the student, finding biggest in two different numbers or three different numbers. To check whether the given number is even or odd. These are the examples for logical operations. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These are the examples for arithmetic operations. So to perform arithmetic operations or logical operations, we are using some symbols. Those symbols are called operators. So what are the operators provided by the Python? I am writing the list now. See here. I am writing the list in one particular table. I am creating a table here. See, I am inserting a table. Insert table. I am creating one table. See. So in this table, I am writing the list of operators provided by the Python. So Python provides several operators to us. Those operators are categorized according to their purpose. According to their purpose, they are categorized. I am writing those categories here. See. So this Python provides arithmetic operators to us. This Python provides arithmetic operators. And it provides relational operators. Relational operators. These relational operators can be also called as comparison operators. Relational operators can be also called as comparison operators. And it also provides logical operators. It provides logical operators to us. It provides assignment operators. Assignment operators. Next, it provides unary minus operator. It provides membership operators, identity operators, and bitwise operators. So these are the operators provided by the Python. Okay. Now see here. See, I am writing the list of arithmetic operators. So this Python provides arithmetic operators such as plus, this is called addition, then subtraction, minus, then multiplication, then float division, this is called float division, then integer division, for integer division double slash is the symbol. Okay, next modulus operator and exponent operator, this is the symbol for exponent. So this double star is the symbol for exponent operator, this percentage is the symbol for modulus operator, this is called modulus operator. This double slash is called integer division, double slash is integer division, and this single slash is float division. Okay, so just I am writing the list of operators here. Okay, later I will explain each and every operator with the example clearly. Okay, so here this plus is addition, minus is subtraction, into is multiplication, you already know about that one. So this is what, this is the float division, slash is the float division, double slash is integer division, this one is modulus, and this double star is the exponent operator. These are the arithmetic operators provided by the Python. Next, see what are the relational operators. These relational operators are used to compare two values. So by comparing two values, we are analyzing which relationship is there between those two values. So that's why these are also called as relational operators. So relational operators, or you can also call them as comparison operators. So what are the comparison operators? Like greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, this double equals to is a symbol for equals to, like C language. Okay, and next one is not equals to, for the not equals to, exclamation equals to is the symbol. So here this double equals to is called equals operator, this is called equals operator, and this exclamation equals to is called not equals operator, this is not equals operator, not equals operator. See, so these are the relational operators. Next, see about logical operators. It provides logical operators like and, or, not. These logical operators are used to perform logical operations such as logical and operations, logical or operations, or logical not operations. So to perform the logical operations, we can use these logical operators. Next, assignment operators are values. Okay, what are the assignment operators? Like equals to. Okay, the single equals to is assignment operator, this double equals to is equals operator. So this single equals to is called assignment operator, this is called assignment operator, Then see some more operators. Plus equals to, this is called addition assignment, this one is the addition assignment. Then minus equals to, subtraction assignment, multiplication assignment, float division assignment, integer division assignment, and exponent assignment. These are the assignment operators. Next, for unary minus, symbol is minus. So to convert positive value to the negative value or negative value to the positive value, we can use this unary minus operator. Next, membership operators are there like in, not in. These are used to check whether the particular element is existed in the sequence or not. Here Python provides some sequence data types like list data type, tuple data type, means that holds some set of elements. If we want to check the element is existed in that sequence or not, we can use this membership operators like in, not in. Next, identity operators are there, two operators, is and is not. Is not are called identity operators. These are used to check whether both objects are equal or not. Next, bitwise operators. It provides bitwise operators like bitwise and, this ampersand is the symbol for bitwise and, pipe is the symbol for bitwise or. Next, this caret is the symbol for bitwise XOR, caret, or you can call this as cap also. Next, double less than, this is called left shift operator. Double greater than, right shift operator. Double greater than is called right shift operator, and next one is a complement operator. This one is called complement operator. So here this last one is complement operator. This one is the right shift operator. Double greater than is the symbol for right shift operator. Double less than is the symbol for left shift operator. And this caret is the symbol for bitwise XOR. And this pipe is the symbol for bitwise OR. And this ampersand is the symbol for bitwise AND. So these are the operators provided by the Python. Next, see what are the control structures provided by the Python. So what are the control structures are there provided by the Python? I am writing the list here. See, control structures. So what is control structure? Why we are using control structure? See here. So generally program gets executed sequentially. For example, I am writing a program here like print hello. Then I am writing another statement, print hi. Then I am writing another statement, print welcome. Here three printing statements are there. So what is the output of this program? This prints hello, then that prints hi, then that prints welcome. So what is the output of this program? That prints hello, hi, welcome. So generally Python program gets executed sequentially. Okay, but I don't want to execute sequentially. I want to transfer the execution to particular location. So to transfer the execution to particular location, we can use these control structures. For example, I am writing like this, x equals to 10. Here I am writing the condition if x greater than 10. X greater than 10 is the condition. If this condition is true, then that should print hello. Okay, in the Python indentation is required, so that's why I am giving space here. Indentation is required. Indentation means this spacing. This spacing is called indentation. Okay, then I am writing one more condition here, that is if x less than 10, then that should print hi. Here I am writing one more condition, if x equals to 10, then that should print welcome. So now what is the output of this program? If we didn't write this if control structure, that printed hello, hi, welcome. But now we have written three if control structures here. Okay, so if you write like this, now what is the output of this program? Now this program prints welcome. This program prints welcome. So why it prints welcome? Because here what is the x value? X value is 10. So here that checks the condition, 10 greater than 10, condition is false. So if this condition is true, then only that execute this print hello statement. Here condition is false, so the transfer the execution to here, the transfer the execution to next if. So here that is checking the condition 10 less than 10. So 10 less than 10 is the condition is false. So if this condition is true, that prints hi. This condition is false, so that's why that is transferring the control to the next if control structure here. So here that is checking 10 equals to 10. So condition is true, that's why that is printing welcome. So when the condition is true, that is executing the statement. When the condition is false, that is skipping the statements. So here we are controlling the flow of execution of statements by using this if control structure. So that is the purpose of control structures. Why we are using these control structures? These control structures are used to used to control the flow of execution of statements. So if you want to control the flow of execution of statements, we can use these control structures. So once again I am repeating, see, if generally program gets executed sequentially, to transfer the control to our desired location, we can use these control structures. So what is control structure? It is used to control the flow of execution of statements. Now, what are the control structures provided by the Python? What are the control structures provided by the Python? See, I am writing the list here. So now I am creating a table. I am creating a table here. See, observe. So Python provides three types of control structures. Those are conditional control structures, and second one is iterative control structures. These iterative control structures can be also called as looping control structures, and it provides some other control structures, or you can say miscellaneous control structures. So remaining control structures, miscellaneous means remaining control structures. See, so what are the conditional control structures provided by the Python? See here. So if is the conditional control structure, then if else is the conditional control structure. Next, if elif. In C language we use if else if, here we use if elif. Okay, next one is nested if. So what are the iterative control structures? Iterative control structures can be also called as looping control structures. What are the looping control structures provided by the Python? I am writing the list. So it provides while loop, for loop, while else loop, then for else loop. Okay, these are the iterative control structure. So this Python is not providing do while control structure, whereas C, Java, they provide do while control structure, whereas this Python is not providing do while control structure. So Python is providing only these 4 looping control structures. So it provides some other control structures. What are those other control structures? Like break, then continue, break, continue, then return, assert, and pause. So these are the other control structures provided by the Python. So Python provides other control structures like break, continue, return, assert, and pause. Remember one point, this Python is not providing switch control structure, and it is not providing do while control structure, and it is also not providing go to. So Python is not providing switch, do while, and go to control structures. So these are the control structures provided by the Python. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you very much.